finished replacing Daniel's limbs, well, Daniel's eyes, from that encounter that you had with whatever, fucking maple, with whatever, whatever Rito ended up becoming, whatever that was. You guys just dealt with that. You guys left that. You guys spent the last couple days like holed up in the hub because due to the fact that it's been on basically military lockdown and whatever.
Well, she's trying to eat it off the desk.
I getcha. After all of that was said and done, a couple of things happened over the downtime. One, for Daniel, Peanut is no longer a bebe. He is a juvenile normal parasite, which means he cannot hide in your beard anymore.
My beard is quite big.
He is quite big.
And
he is now the size of like a husky, like a grown husky.
Oh.
He's a big boy now. That's their normal size.
Can I like fashion a collar for him and like a leash so that like it looks like he's like,
Roll engineering.
Wait, you've had a parasite in your beard this whole time?
Yes.
I was about to ask that too.
Don't ask questions. You'll never like the answers.
19.5.
Well,
you make a nice collar. Everybody looks at the fact that there is the equivalent of a giant cockroach walking around, but they're okay. They see the collar. They know he's somebody's pet.
And a leash.
And a leash. Although Peanut is well behaved, he doesn't require a leash.
Well, yeah, no, but it's more for like appearance's sake.
Yeah, my point is like he can't hide in your beard, so there's no more of this nonsense where he just lives. He's gonna have to keep track of it. Yeah, none of that shit.
Now, should I multi-class him to Ranger, Beastmaster?
you do what you like, pal.
If he should perish, can I have him for
reasons?
Science?
Reasons? Don't spoil it.
Can I roll like nature on parasites real quick?
Yes.
I have a question. Reproduction. Can they reproduce on their own?
Roll
or
nature.
Do they require two? Okay.
They're fairly known about, so you might be able to find the answer to this. You're pretty sure that they require a queen.
Okay, reproduction is the queen. Okay.
That thing is alien on me. I'm just.
Now, Daniel understands that there is a phenomenon if a parasite is alone, and there are no other parasites around, like fucking at all.
Yeah.
They have been known to
genders.
No, they've known to just keel over and die.
Oh.
I'm fucking. Well, this is what I have.
Yeah, I know.
On the parasite.
Flint is correct. Yes, they can turn into a queen, and
but do
they don't
need
change
a person to, like, even if it's a queen, does the queen just like find a way, or Jurassic Park, or
it really depends. I will say information on domesticated parasites is not really known. No one really knows. Like, I will say this is like kind of a first. There's not many people that have bothered to trying to tame these things. I will say though that this process where there's no queen present, it takes a long time for like that trigger to happen, and oftentimes it doesn't. Like it's not 100%. Sometimes they go, sometimes they don't. It's very unpredictable.
Question to the DM.
Question.
When
just shut the fuck up.
How much longer?
No, I'm not entertaining this thought right now. I don't want to do
into battle.
Well, I will say, unless as he is now, he's kind of his big size, and he's not going to get much bigger unless some intervention is done. But you cannot ride him now. But if he becomes like a queen, if Peanut becomes Peanuta, she's going to be able. You are
gender neutral.
Gender neutral Peanut.
Yeah.
For some reason, every time I hear that, I just think of the mascot for that fucking Peanut with the top hat, whatever that fucker was.
Oh.
So that's why I come up with the he. In any event,
what is that guy's name?
I don't know. From the
Mr.
south,
Peanut? I think it's
I've
just
heard-
Mr. Peanut.
Planters. Is he Mr. Peanut?
I think so. I think he's just the Mr. Peanut. The notorious Peanut. Anyway. He's also a war criminal. He sold millions of his kinds into cannibalism. All being killed. In any event, unless he becomes a queen. Yeah, he did.
But what about like what are the medium-sized ones?
So the alphas.
Alphas.
The alphas. They are. Well, you don't know.
So he's starting to look like an alpha?
No. Yes, I'm aware that you got him from an alpha, but that doesn't mean anything. You're not. No one's really aware of like what causes these changes to happen. No one knows what the trigger is. For
I
these
would like
guys.
to have document all this stuff into my PDA and have Dandroid back it up whenever he's awake. Like document the changes that I'm seeing with Peanut and his growth.
Okay.
And stuff like that.
Yeah, he's big enough. His venom sacs are more like developed, so they actually can able to like actually deploy it. His behavior has not changed. More notably, he's still very clingy to you, very loyal to you, much like a puppo.
Sounds like my dog and my new cat.
Yep. Yeah, no, he's fine. So yeah, Peanut's been like a thing. So he's been by your bedside as you've been recovering from the surgery, and now you have the eyes all wired up. He's been kind of with you the whole time. Drem, you've been hanging around with them as well as your other newly acquired employee, Marshall. I believe you. Mordax, your name was your character's name was Marshall, right? Fucking look at this damn thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, sorry, I just had a look. So yeah, Marshall and Drem, your two new rivals. Did you guys tell him about like all your escapades, or did you just kind of give him the bare minimum?
Everything but the heaven stuff.
Everything but the heaven stuff, like the going down from the crevasse, technical difficulties, all of that shit.
No. You know, Flint's keeping his best interest in mind.
Okay, so you guys learn the tales. Okay, so the reason why I'm so pointing this out is Drem. You hear that their base is in an old ruin of this long dead culture, or at least they thought it was long dead as they came back from the dead to attack the hub recently. So that I know your character probably would want to know that, or if you want to ask them questions about it, now would be the time before something happens.
Oh, I would also like to apply my Zealot's infusion to my gun.
Okay. You apply the Zealot's infusion in the gun.
Now that I can see.
Yeah. As you do so, you just kind of like remember the feeling of being in Elysium, and you just kind of channel that memory into your weapons as you go through the process. And once completed, your what are you channeling? What are you channeling it on exactly?
Into my gun.
The rifle, right?
Yeah.
Upon completion, your rifle has these strange veins of this soft golden light all across your gun.
How?
Yeah. Would you not very visible? It's not like a stealth penalty or anything.
Okay.
Drem, upon hearing about the ruins, would your character want to ask them anything or do anything, or does he just kind of acknowledge that and move on? What would you do? Drem, if you are talking, I cannot hear you.
I'm good. I'm here now.
Did you hear the question?
No, I did not.
Alright, go fuck yourself then. Anyway, Flint, you just kinda hung around. Did you do anything special over your downtime for the last 3 days, roughly?
No, nothing really special.
Okay.
Talk to Rick.
Talk to Rick. Rick's doing better. He's kind of still recovering from the whole ordeal. By the end of the 3 days, though, he's kind of up to 100%. It is at this point that it's getting around the time for that meeting to take place. Eventually, you notice, from various independent contractors, they all start heading towards this large central building in the middle of the hub. Near the middle of the hub. you get a notification on the company datapad requesting, well, not requesting, inviting specifically Flint if you would like to attend the leaders conference.
Mm-hmm. Is there a +1 or a +5 attached to that?
No, actually, it's just you.
And this is during the 3 days? Or at the
No,
end
this
of
is
the
after. This is after the 3 days. Druff, by the way, you start off with 1,000 credits. If you would take a look at the credit store, and if you want to buy anything from there before you start, because it's like your starting allowance, as it were.
Let me
Go ahead and do that
real fast.
Yeah. And then I'll look at your sheet afterwards.
Flint's gonna like annoyingly sigh at his data pad when he sees it. Like, ah, fuck, I forgot about this. And he's gonna look through the flyer and look for any information on how long it's gonna take.
There's no description of how long it takes, but it's kind of like a message, like the comment section. One of them asks, "I hope this one doesn't take 3 days like the last one did." But for the most part, you get the understanding that it depends. You think they have a lot to discuss, considering what happened in the last week.
Yeah. Hey guys, I gotta go check out this meeting. Remember from before everything we just fucking went through?
Goodbye, have a good time.
The new guy just like completely just like, bye, see, later.
Alright, well I'm gone. Dan's in charge.
I'm gonna cast Enhance Ability on him. Don't quite know what this does.
Let me put it this way: unless he's going in for a fight, I don't think he. Well, there is. You can give him an Eagle
The charisma
Splendor if
check,
that's what you're trying to get.
Target for the charisma check. Advantage on charisma checks for the next hour.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You So Flint, you start heading out.
Yep.
Right. You start heading out. You notice some familiar faces, like some just various independent contractors that you saw during the battle, or like or just people that you may have like seen in the streets before all this went down. The hub is still going through a state of repair. There are drones flying everywhere, trying to rectify the city after it got absolutely fucked on. I will note the one thing of note is that the large central building, the teleportation array that once dominated the hub, looks like it's still in shambles after all of this. What was once this like kind of steady blue glow from the center of the city now is kind of just bland and gone.
What's the weather like today?
That's a good question. Somebody roll me a d20 and find out.
I'm not allowed.
7.
It's raining snakes.
It's raining snakes. Hallelujah! It's raining snakes. No. It's just slightly cloudy, a bit chilly.
Okay. Cool. As I'm heading in, like, I'll be looking out for like any familiar faces.
Okay. Roll me a perception check. Give me 1 second.
2. Nice. Oh, did our morale move during the 3 days?
It moves back towards a neutral, I would say. I would say everybody's at 0 morale unless somebody did something that would kept the morale up as part of their downtime. Like, that's something you have to declare like you do.
I got my.
I mean, talking to Rick.
You got your eyes back? I'd say, you know what, Dan? You're at 1. You're at 1 morale.
Hey.
Things are looking up.
But
God, fuck! I just realized.
Looking through the sheet, there's no price for precision rifle ammunition.
There isn't. Why isn't there? Oh God, I hate you, Roll20! Why do you do this to me? Give me a second, please. Fucking for real, there really isn't. Wow, look at that.
Yeah, so rather than having an assault rifle like I originally said, Marshall has a precision gun.
What was the fucking heavy? Give me a second, lads. Give me a second.
So, who's Dan and why are they in charge?
I'm not in charge.
That's what Flint said.
Really? When did he say that?
As he was
When
leaving.
he
Before I left, it said
Oh.
Dan's in charge. I'm going.
Well, as the only original member of the company and founder, and the only person here that hasn't been awake for more than 2 days.
Rick pipes up and goes, "Technically, I've been awake for longer than you."
Okay, well, Rick, you're an anomaly. And you're also injured, so...
Yeah, you're right. Fuck it, I abdicate my authority to fucking Jordan.
Oh, in the meantime, could I be working on fixing a leg for Loki?
Sure. Alright, the prices are updated for the fucking, things. Druff. Also, don't be afraid to buy a sidearm, or... Oh, you'll start with a knife, by the way, which is like a 1d4 dagger, just so you're aware.
How much does a sidearm do? Like, what's the damage on that?
There's a separate sheet called Weapons and Items, and has more of the in-depth statistics of, like, what certain items do, if it's not
That's what I
written
needed
there.
to see.
Okay, cool, sorry.
Do we all
My
start
apologies
with
for
the
the
dagger?
lack of organ. Yeah, everybody starts off with a dagger. Combat knife.
Yay. There we go.
Yeah.
We keep trying to add it to the website, but Salty just makes his games too in-depth. There's just
Well,
too much lore in the background.
y'all ready for another Lord Up? No, Salty, no! It's lore time! Anyway. So, Flint heads out. You're rolling perception to see if you can see anybody that you know. With an 8! No! Not really. Nothing really, like, specific that comes to mind. Just vaguely familiar outlines of various armors. Everybody does look kind of pissed, kind of worried. Like, it's half of the people there are kind of like walking around, like, kind of nervously. Some of them like looking to the sky, kind of every now and then, worried that the fucking avians are gonna come back. The other half look fucking pissed, or like in the throes of grief. They're looking like they wanna. They're kind of wondering like when we're gonna fight them, as it were. But you approach the large central building that I discussed. It's very stadium-like. As you approach, there's a checkpoint in which everyone's company data pad is being checked. I assume you brought yours, or I'm just gonna say you did, for the sake of this. And you're just kind of waiting in line for that to go down. We cut away from Flint, Daniel, Dram, Marshall, and Rick. All of you guys are kind of still waiting in like near like Rick's you're basically taking shelter in like a large kind of like a bunkhouse. And Rick's bed is like kind of off to the side as being somebody who was in medical care. Right, where was I? But everyone's kind of more or less like, you kind of have the place to yourselves. There's like a couple of people in there, but generally speaking, there's not a whole lot. Some of them were cramped, but this one is guys kind of got lucky. All of you are kind of surprised to see 5 armored figures walk in. These figures are not dressed in the standard HSF garb. Their armor is pitch black, and on their pauldrons is the symbol of a skull, which is gripping a scythe in its mouth.
Are those is that the Gestapo?
Yep. There is a squad of 5, 2 men flanking either side of a central figure. The central figure is not wearing a helmet, instead wearing a hat. I'm not going to describe the hat because I think you all can figure it out by now.
Is it a beret?
Hello? Can you guys hear me?
Hello.
Yep. Sorry, my headset just did it funny. His face is not visible, or at least the top half of it, because are you familiar with like a masquerade mask? Like kind of as they cover your nose and your eyes, but not necessarily your mouth?
Is it a wimple
It's that
hat?
kind. What?
A wimple
Wimple
hat?
hat? I have no idea what that is. But anyway, it's sort of like a half skull, where it's like over his nose and his eyes, and it kind of wraps around. His mouth is still clearly visible. Fuck!
Completely cut
God-forsaken fucking headset. Come the fuck on, man. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay.
Every single one of those pictures are different. For the wimple hat.
You just
I don't know what in God's green. I don't know why on God's green earth that you thought what I was describing was nun attire, but
It's a wimple. It's not a nun. It's a wimple.
I mean, this pops up when I type in Whipple too.
Yeah,
That's what
that's a wimple.
you can get a different wimple for every day of the year.
Yeah.
And you'll
okay. We're gonna drop this discussion of wimples and we're gonna carry on. How about can we?
You're so
Anyway,
flexible.
can I go back to the Gestapo arresting you fuckers, please?
We have to make it somewhat comical before we all die.
Yeah. Flint, yes. Yes, actually, basically. Because he's wearing like a hat.
How about this?
Give yourself an ire point. Fuck you, Matt. You earned it. Ire point for you. You're the last one that did it. Therefore, you earned it.
I can't draw a card.
It's
That's
interception
has
with the
them.
card. Oh my god, Marshall, quit taking the entire deck.
He took them all one day as a joke, and
He never gave them
I've
back.
had them all for
Jim
like
take
4
them
months.
from someone.
What did he just? What did he just say?
I've had them for like 4 months.
I know. But
You
we
can
ran
pry them
hard
from my
in that
cold,
months.
dead hands.
My cold, dead, webbed hands.
So as they approach, I want to point out as they approach, everybody else that was in the bunkhouse with you has decided to leave. They all approach, and following behind them, a bit behind them is also a group of HSF. 3 of them instead of the 5, currently being led by what appears to be, but if you do recall that engineer that you fought alongside, Daniel, it's that one.
Yeah. What was his name?
I don't think he wrote down his name.
No, his name was Get Your Head in the Game or something like that.
No, yeah,
It
something
was
like that.
You're a jackass. Oh, you're a jackass. Nice to see you come back.
He does not look. He's kind of like you can't really see his face because he's wearing the helmet, but his body language is rather tense as he approaches. But he's behind the Gestapo analog. So the central gentleman he holds up a data slate and says, "Daniel Druff."
Who's asking?
He kind of looks around. I'm asking, are you him?
Yes. Who is I?
He kind of like he kind of smirks and as he says, then says, "You'll find out soon enough. Don't worry." Flint Frederick. Oh, I keep getting this wrong. It's Flint Frederick, right?
Nope.
Frederick
Frederick
fuck you.
Flint.
God damn you. Frederick. I was like Frederick Flint. Anybody?
He's at the leaders meeting.
Right.
Yes, and Dan's in charge now.
Yes. And Rick O'Connell. The guy in the hospital. Rick kind of raises his hand, like kind of nervously. Oh, that don't do. You're already in a hospital bed. I can't exactly interrogate a cripple. Well, I suppose that leaves you. And he kind of looks over to you, Daniel. If you would please come with me, me and my associates have some questions to ask you.
Okay. Who is me?
I am Lieutenant None of Your Goddamn Business. I am part of Death's Hand, and if you don't comply in the next 5 seconds, I'm going to show you what it means to have complete and total judicial autonomy.
I get up, typing into my database. Okay, Lieutenant, none of your goddamn business. I will follow you. Is it okay if I just call you Nunya? Lieutenant Nunya? Is that better? Because none of your goddamn business is that's a pretty long name.
He sort of just kind of like gestures. He kind of flicks his hand up, and the other 4 gentlemen raise their rifles, and you notice crackling energy, like starting to billow with their tips. Are we going to have SMOM, or am I going to have compliance?
Oh no, I'm complying. I'm on my way. Yeah, just lead the way, buddy. I'm just trying to, make some small talk.
The only small talk that's going to be discussed is perhaps your height.
Ha!
Now, if you would please follow me along.
That's because I'm a dwarf, right? Ha! You're pretty good. That was funny. Let's
He
go.
just kind of looks. He kind of stops and just looks down at you. Looks down at you. For a good solid 30 seconds of complete silence, he just stares at you.
After you, sir. Lieutenant Nunya.
He gestures for you and says, "Oh, by all means, dwarves first."
I walk out.
Wait, who's in charge now?
Rick just kind of goes,
Deal with it.
Rick, may I experiment on this dog? And I point
What?
to Loki.
You say that, and then Loki's owner, Stevens, who is also there, that I totally forgot. Steven, the guy that the dog's with, kind of pulls the dog closer, and unholsters his pistol slightly, and says, "You touched my goddamn dogfish, man! I swear to God."
That's why I asked for permission first. Is this your property?
This is my dog, yes.
Very well. And then Marshall goes back to doing whatever he was doing, probably cleaning his gun.
Are you eating that? What? No! It's oh, okay. Just gonna go back to doing what I was doing. Love it. So, Daniel gets taken away by Lieutenant Nunya, and Flint's going to the leaders' meeting. The rest of you, as you're kind of sitting around there, so that other group walks up, and the engineer steps forward and leans over Rick's bed and whispers something into his ear. Rick kind of looks around and goes, "Ah, shit." Hey, Marshall, are you a people person?
No, I'm a mutant. I was made in a lab.
Oh, fuck. Drem, you can talk to people, right? I'm not gonna leave and then all of a sudden things go wrong, right?
Oh, I'm good at commanding. I was genetically imprinted with a commander's code.
That's not what I asked. Okay.
I mean, I can make it so at least he doesn't try and dissect people.
Steven, don't you fucking think about it. Right, Drem, you're in charge, I guess. I apparently have to go. Rick crawls out of bed and begins kind of limping. He gets supported by one of the other soldiers, and he gets taken away as well. So, in the room, it is only Drem, Marshall, Stevens, and there we go.
Who's Drem? Is Drem the Loxodon?
Yes,
Yeah, that's me.
Elephant Man.
Quite interesting. Can I have some of your blood?
I'm going to politely decline that.
Okay.
Is there any other unexpected surprises we're going to have to account for at the moment?
I'll get to you 1 second. I have to check something.
Is it just me, Rem, or Drem? Druff? What's your name again?
I'm not in here yet.
Druff.
Drem. Okay.
Quick question, Druff.
Sure.
You can't afford a plasma pistol.
I thought that was part of the sidearm cap. I thought it was just any of the pistols. I guess I was mistaken in that.
No,
Yeah, no, my fault.
definitely take a plasma pistol.
No, shut the fuck up. He's not getting a goddamn plasma pistol.
Is the plasma gun on the thing what you're calling a plasma pistol?
It's a nuclear sign.
No. The plasma gun is more like a rifle. A plasma pistol, like, I haven't put it on there, but it probably costs like around like $9,000.
I feel like Daniel's
Okay.
done that research. He really wants one, but he can't.
Wants a plasma pistol?
Yeah, but he like
It just lobs sons at people.
he really wants one, but like can't justify buying it. So he's just like every time someone has a plasma pistol there, he's just eyeing it. It's waiting.
Yeah, sorry if I was not clear on that, but
Yeah, I just I didn't know.
okay, now I know what you're asking. The sidearm is basically just a pistol. That's
Okay,
the
it's
sidearm is just
a pistol. Okay.
imagine in 1911. That's essentially what I have. My head canon is, but
Okay.
you can
fine.
whatever funky ass shit it is. It's on you.
Yeah. Let me.
Wait, our guns can look like whatever?
As long as
Can
you're
my
not too fucking crazy.
Precision rifle look like an M1 Grand?
God, fuck you. Yes, I'll allow it.
Hell yeah. Most reliable gun in history.
Unfortunately, the Kalashnikov would probably take you for granted on that one. In any rate.
Is a standard sidearm listed out in the weapons and items information?
Yes,
I don't
it should
see
be.
it.
It should just be the pistol, I think. I think I've labeled them both different fucking thing. Yeah, no, Republic sidearm. Weighs 3 units of weight. 1d6 damage, has 30 feet range, 60 feet max range, reloads a bonus action. Yes, it's there. It's there.
Yeah, I'm just looking for it.
So remember, so on the hub page store, that's just all the prices.
Yeah, I'm looking at the weapons and items at the moment.
It's not very obvious. It's right underneath med packs, like Republic cider.
Yeah, okay, I see it now. Cool.
It's it's even misspelled just for your pleasure.
Alright, cool.
Alright, so you would do that. So you so just Marshall, Drem, and Stevens are sitting in the room by yourselves. Everyone leaves, and you're just kind of left to your own devices. What do you guys do at that, other than ask for blood samples from the Loxodon, of course?
Where's the parasite?
Daniel, did you just leave him leashed to the bed?
There.
Yeah, he's just kind of there.
Okay.
What do you do?
Nothing really, I just observe it. I'll take notes of its behaviors.
Fuck it. Roll animal handling. See if something happens. Your observations has caused Peanut to become a bit distressed. He's kind of chittering at you and kind of hiding underneath the bed slightly.
I think he's trying to communicate.
Yep. We cut back to Flint, who has now made it inside the large amphitheater. So to describe what it is to you, it is this large, like I said, stadium-esque thing. We've all seen Star. No, we haven't. A certain somebody in here has not seen the prequel, so I can't describe Coruscant, can I?
Nope.
That's goddamn shame.
What's it called?
Sure, Coruscant, like the Senate chamber in Coruscant. It's very large. There's very much like these little hovering seats that people can sit in. In those seats, are various people. One's designated for you to sit in specifically, like the Unlucky Company.
I see it. Okay.
Yeah. In those floating little platforms, you share it with somebody else. What follows you is a lizard man. You can tell because he's not a dragonborn; he has a tail. He walks in as well. He kind of nods in greeting to you, and nods and says, "Oh, it's going well. Just here for another fucking useless meeting."
Yeah, let me ask you, how long do these things usually last?
Oh god, it depends. Sometimes they stretch for a long time if they want to ballpark. An hour tops.
Okay, cool.
Well, I would say an hour, but well, city got attacked. Last time we were here for almost 3 days arguing over licensing for a road, but something tells me we might be here for a bit.
Yeah.
Somebody says,
what's your company's name?
My company's name is the DM and did not think this far ahead. He didn't think he'd get this far.
That's a lot.
That's a very interesting name.
A very interesting name. Much interest. His name is called Shallowtail Company. They are a mariner company, meaning they kind of involve maritime shit. We're talking fishing, oceanic exploration, oceanic hunting. So he explains his name. He's from the Shallowtail Company. He is the leader of the Shallowtail Company, and his name is fuck it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. His name is Captain Ahab.
What color?
And before you, what color lizard? White,
Nice.
pale white. So he introduces himself like I'm from Shallowtail, fishing, aquatic hunting, and maritime exploration. Who are you?
Frederick Flint, the Unlucky Company.
He kind of stops and looks at you and you say that like the Unlucky Company.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm gonna guess that you've heard of us.
Mostly good things, which is surprising considering your unfortunate name.
Yeah. Yeah, we live up to it. You're probably gonna find out if you hang around long enough.
He chuckles and says, well, I don't suppose your first day could be as bad as ours. We got. He stops when you're like saying, I don't know about that. He says, well, our first vehicle was a small steam-powered trolley that could barely go 10 miles an hour up water. And we lost it because the guy that was driving it was drunk and drove into a rock. The only rock, might I add, for miles. So, pretty sure you can't top that one for misfortune.
He's trying to decide which story he should tell.
It's not a question. It's not a question of the dick measuring. It's a question of how I'm going to do it because I have a lot of ammo.
Oh yeah, no, that's definitely unfortunate. We had technical difficulties one time when we were in the middle of the jungle, and our walker, huge walker worth fuck ton of credits, completely got tanked and we were stuck underground for 3 days while we had to wait for somebody to come and bail us out.
I'd be thankful if anybody came and bailed my ass out in a similar scenario. Who bailed you out?
Fuck, what was
It
it?
was the Bloods.
Was it the Blood Drinkers?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it was the Blood Drinkers, Captain Matthias's group.
Oh, hell. You're friends with the Blood Drinkers?
Yeah, actually. They're
Oh,
a good
shit.
group.
They're on the fucking inner circle, and that's interesting.
Yeah, why don't we exchange radio information? Then next time you lose your boat or I get trapped in the cave, maybe we can reach out to each other.
Well, unless that cave has copious amounts of water in it and exposed to the open air, I doubt it'd be much help of you. But fuck it. You seem like a good lad. All right, you exchanged information. You now have information for Captain Ahab for the Shallow Tail Company. You made introductions. He says, have you submitted your inquiry yet?
My inquiry?
So yeah, if you go on your company data pad, there'll be an option you can submit an appeal or a statement or anything you'd want to be addressed by the council. The unfortunate thing is unless you're on the inner circle, you're not going to be listened to. But who knows? Maybe one of those bigger guys will pick you up. So how it works is, if you're on the inner circle, they each get to bring one issue to the front. And usually, unless they have one themselves, they'll pick one out from an independent contractor. That's the only way any of us guys get heard here, I guess.
Something tells me most people here have the same issue right now.
Dare I say there, Mr. Flint, that would be correct. I was lucky and didn't lose anybody. We were out at sea before all this nonsense. We came in and the hub was already wrecked.
Yeah, it was something.
Dude. Saw those fuckers leaving though. Those big ships just cruising through the clouds. Crazy. As he kind of goes on his pad and he starts doing something to it. What would you put in your request, or it could be anything. So what would Flint put, out of curiosity?
Can I have a minute to think about it?
Yeah, of course. We're gonna go back to Daniel anyway, getting interrogated. It's gonna be great. Daniel, you are guided to a large, like a cell, to put it mildly. The room has a singular light. The light kind of flickers from time to time. There is a metal table, 2 chairs, more like stools rather than chairs. To add insult to injury, there is a phone book on one of them, and Lieutenant Nunya sits across from the chair with a phone book in it. Would you sit down in it?
Yeah, I sit down and say, so who we calling? Or is that my bruises?
You have bruises on your ass.
Oh, are you doing it that way? You dirty dog.
The lieutenant takes off his hat, puts it down, and claps his hands together and says, "So, I have a couple questions for you. Feel free to answer them at your own convenience. The first question is, when was the last time you had any contact with somebody by the name of Richtofen?"
Probably when he was trying to destroy our base.
How long ago was that?
I tell him how long ago it was.
Okay. You're not lying or anything, you're just telling the truth?
Yeah.
Which it was like a couple weeks ago at this point.
Yeah.
And you have not heard of him or seen him since then, correct?
No. Did something happen?
If something did, that's not for really you to know, is it? The next question is, are you familiar with anything that looks like these? And he puts a paper in front of you. The paper in front of you shows a picture of a mural. In the picture of the mural, there are 6 of these strange stones. You recognize one of them. One of them is the artifact that you returned to the pedestal in your base. And kind of like he pushes it forward to you. What do you do?
Yeah, those look like artifacts, don't they?
None of them specifically ring any bells?
Yeah, one of them does.
One of them does, and why is that?
Because we found something like that once.
He kind of looks at you. And you found one of these. Do you still possess it, or did you already sell it?
We did not sell it.
So you're in possession of it.
I hold up my hands and empty my pockets. No.
He just jingles tools everywhere and shit. Like he just he doesn't even react much and says, "Could you please describe how you came into contact with the artifact and how you acquired it, please?"
Yeah. So, our pilot fell down a crevice and destroyed our walker. We radioed for help from Captain Matthias and the Blood Drinkers. This is all on record, by the way. So you can verify these facts. And they took about, I don't know, like 3 days. In that meantime, we were exploring the caverns and found some ancient avian ruins that were down there. And we fought a ghost. And the thingy was there. Hello.
Alec, did you die?
It says he's talking though, like his green circle. Oh, gone.
Mike probably broke again.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh.
Yeah, hold on. My thing's fucking dying. Give me a second. Godforsaken headset. I hate it!
Get a wired one like a pleb.
I fucking wish I could, but you know.
It's $20 on Amazon.
Stop spending money on Asian buffets.
Yeah, you know, I'm just gonna tell my missus, you know what? We shouldn't go on that date. I should get a headset instead. That's exactly what you know what?
No German.
Bravo, Flynn. No, fuck you. Alright. He puts out a couple of pictures of various locales. One of them shows this windswept desert temple-like structure that's like inlaid in the side of a mountain. One of which is it appears to be obviously underwater, and it shows very strange lights glowing on, but it looks like an avian ruin as well. Fuck you, Matt. One of them, however, looks very familiar. It looks like that vision that you had when you grabbed the artifact. When you saw that big avian creature rising out of that sarcophagus, that vision that you saw. He pulls out these pictures and he asks them if any of them look familiar to you.
Yeah, this one. I point at the one.
Which one do you point to?
The correct one.
Okay. He says, and how is this one familiar?
Well, I saw her in a vision when we were fighting.
Her?
Yeah, when we were fighting the things earlier. Here, wait, don't be alarmed, but my hand's about to glow, and I activate the hand of the matriarch.
Okay. He looks confused, but he allows it.
So,
He's not frightened or anything.
In our travels, we kind of got accepted by the Talon Crawlers. And they granted us this kind of, I don't know, ancient nature magic or something. It's not like any magic that I've studied, and I've studied pretty much all forms of traditional and arcane magic. But with it, me and some of or at least the older gentlemen in our group, we get visions of the past through them.
I see. couple last items, really. So you have you don't think there's any correlation between you going down in those ruins, finding this artifact, and the aliens returning from their graves to attack our city? You don't think there's anything to do with that?
I never said that.
So you think there is a correlation?
Well, I mean, a correlation does not mean causation. That's one of the first things they teach you in science school.
But this has very precious little to do with what you've learned in science school.
You mean
I don't
scientific
really
theory and investigation?
If you interrupt me again, Dwarf, I'm going to pry out those precious little bionic eyes you've just installed and put something far more unpleasant in their empty eye socket. Understood? Good. I understand you're a learned man, Daniel, so you probably don't understand the gravity of the situation. But we were just attacked by a hostile force in a land that showed absolutely no sign of them for the last 20 years. Now, I have all these strange coincidences of your company going down an avian ruin, of reporting it, of course, and you go through all the proper channels, but that's not the weird part. The weird part is when we were reviewing the footage, what little we could muster from this whole debacle, there was this recording that we discovered from a street side audio recorder. He plays it. And what plays is the conversation between you and Rick and Flint when Rick was asking, was this all our fault? That conversation. In which both of you, I think if I do recall correctly at the time, you both kind of said, like, no, we had no way of knowing type of shit.
Dan said,
Yeah, we were
did
just
it
making
matter?
her feel better.
Yeah.
Dan said it
Yeah.
didn't matter. What happened, it happened.
He kind of like steps, like he plays the recording and you hear that and says, anything to say on that one? I know causation doesn't mean correlation, but there's a strange degree of guilt involved with this.
I raised my hand.
Oh, good. You can teach people manners sometimes. By all means, what's your question?
It's correlation does not cause causation. You had it the opposite way around.
He's
I
going
raised my
to,
hand again.
Yes.
Also, in the recording, I said, does it matter? And the fact of the matter is, I'm not sure that we were the ones that caused this, because the Iron Skins were also down there. It's also well documented that we found Iron Skin bodies down there, and that the ruins had been disturbed previously from explosions that they caused.
You know, in the 20 years that this place has been in operation, we've never found one of those artifacts. Not one of those ones, anyway. We've seen them in murals all the time, but never one of those ones, specifically. The first time we hear about them is your company acquiring them, and then this whole ordeal with Richtofen, which is a disaster in itself, but that's not really the point here. Now, I'm going to be perfectly honest, Mr. Daniel Druff. I don't have really permission to kill you out of hand, which I probably would have at this point. Considering you're a certain somebody's pet. But, you see, the funny thing is, you, and by extension your group, has had such a fascinating ability to stick their nose into every source of trouble that they've come across. And ever since your company's existence, there's just been multiple security risks every 5 seconds. First, Richtofen goes rogue and aligns himself with bandits, causing first time the bandits have been in Talon Woods for years at this point.
Bandits?
And then, well, I'm not going to go into what happened to Richtofen after that, but we now have Richtofen to contend with as a grievous security breach. And then, to top it all off, we have these aliens coming back. And from the footage we've recorded, very interested in your group, specifically. The enemy commander did not show himself until you were targeted. He didn't show up to any other of the theaters of war, even though he damn well should have. We were winning in several other theaters of war, and if he showed up, he would have turned the tide. Far more consequential than some random cryogenics array. And yet, he showed up in your location, fighting you.
I have a theory about that.
I'm all ears.
Well, I'm sure that you are aware that we have recently set up base in the Talonwoods.
I have heard a thing or two about it, yes.
And have you, do you know about the location of our base?
Most. He kind of shakes his hand like so-so.
Alright, well, that is another avian, ruin that, Mama TC, that's the matriarch of the Talon Crawlers. We're on, like,
Get on with
same
it.
basis. Yeah. Mama TC, she recommended that we stay there. So we went there, and we found a couple of really cool artifacts. Not like artifacts like that one, but among them was a book. Which...
He kind of raises his hand to kind of cut you off, and then he digs into a filing cabinet and pulls out a picture and says, "It wouldn't happen to be this one, would it?" And he pushes a picture to you. It shows a charred corpse that seems to be fused to the wall, and it's clutching what appears to be like a similar book. Not the same one, though.
No.
Not the same one.
I mean, kinda, but that's not the same one.
Has one of you already picked it up?
Yeah.
Has one of you read it?
Yeah.
Which one? And he pulls out his sidearm and starts like looking to see if it's loaded.
Well, I mean, I've, like, picked it up.
Who was the first one to read it?
One of our members.
Which one?
He's not here right now.
Which one? Dwarf?
Look, Mama ain't raised no snitch. If you're just gonna kill him, you can beat the fuck out of me. I don't care.
Oh, no. So, if you really think I'm going to risk information in a simple battle of wills in such simple terms of me beating you over the head, as enjoyable as that would be for me at this point, no, that's not what we have planned. I will give you one last chance to name who actually touched the book first. Or rather, read the book first. Touching it's irrelevant. Whoever opened it first.
Dan crosses his hands and leans back.
The guy's smile gets wider and wider. You're not going to answer me, are you?
Tell me what you're going to do, and I will.
Oh, maybe I'll just ask him some questions. Crack a few jokes.
Well, you can't.
And why is that?
Trust me. You just can't.
Trust. Now that is a funny word. My line of work doesn't believe in such a concept. It's always proven wrong. And as he says, though, the door opens behind him, and floating into the room is a droid of sorts. The droid looks like it's very rectangular. It is about 8 feet tall. It's kind of floating off the ground. It's about 3 feet thick, and as it kind of approaches into the doorway, the Lieutenant Nunya because he hasn't given you his name, and I'm going to appreciate the moniker. He looks to you one more time and says, last chance.
Fine. It's because he's lost in heaven right now.
He's lost in heaven. I'm getting really sick of your jokes, Dwarf.
It's not a joke.
It's not a joke. You expect me to believe that the person I'm looking for is somewhere in the Great Green Yonder.
Hey man, I didn't want to tell you because I thought that this would be the reaction.
For the new guys, that is not a metaphor. He just shakes his head and says, He snaps his fingers. The droid opens up, and about a couple hundred mechanical limbs kind of fly out of it, revealing various implementations, various syringes, shocking wires, spinning It's almost cartoonish, except it is completely cartoonish. The stranger smiles and says,
Oh,
the world record for...
C-42 versions? I read about
He says,
I think I actually helped build one back in the day.
Oh, then you should know the world's, the record currently is 30 seconds. I'm very curious to see if you can beat it. He gets up and says, I believe I have my stopwatch here. Ah, here it is. So, shall we see how long you can last?
Answer's gonna still remain the same. Doesn't matter how long I last.
But I might get a name, some more details, something other than some vague contrivance. After all, I can't exactly just wander around heaven looking for some random guy wandering it. I need a name so they can ask questions.
Buddy, I bet you wouldn't last 1 second up there.
He smiles again and says, I suppose that is reserved for people of gentler acclimats.
Nah,
That's fine.
I saw some pretty fucking brutal people up there.
Did you, dude? You saw some brutal stuff, dude? Oh, for heaven's sake. Alright, do it. And he pushes the button, the droid starts hovering closer. We're going to cut away from Daniel there. We go now to the new guys. So, Drem... What's up?
Oh, nice. I was excited for this.
We cut now to Drem and Marshall. You guys are just kind of still waiting about. Please, Drem, roll me a perception check, however.
Yay. Great.
Okay. So, Drem doesn't notice this. I'm having you roll because I know Marshall's like too busy, is like focusing and like looking at Peanut. I'm assuming Marshall is trying to communicate to it or some nonsense.
No, not at all.
No?
Not at all.
Stopped caring? Stopped caring?
Yeah, once it stopped doing things, I was just like, okay, whatever.
Alright. In that case, give me a perception check, Marshall.
You know what, I'm just gonna...
Alright, 14. So, with a 14, Marshall, outside the window you notice something a bit curious. The building that you're in does have a window that leads to outside. It's kind of like this plated glass. You can kind of see through it. You notice that somebody walks across the way, and the person that walks across the way, he's behaving rather strangely. So he walks towards your guys' building, looks at the building, looks left, looks right, kind of goes towards the building, kind of leans in, tilts his head, then shakes his head rapidly, turns around again, steps forward a bit, and then he just like walks away.
I tapped Drem on the side and was like,
Just throw a knife at him.
I just tap him on the side. I was like, did you see that guy right there?
I'd probably be like half asleep by this point. Just like, what? Who?
That guy, he was acting weird. Is he just like walking away now?
He's currently like in an alleyway. Yeah, he's like walking away.
I don't know. I got a weird feeling from him.
I got a weird roll from you.
The
The
hell
fuck
is
did you?
this?
What did you push?
I don't know.
Okay, for God's sakes, man.
I'm just gonna
It's a
ignore
bad
that.
macro.
I guess.
Try
I was
pushing
just
it
trying
again.
to rename something.
Just try pushing it again.
I was just trying to rename something. Do I see the guy now that he's actually pointed out to me? Walking away.
Mm-hmm.
Hey. You know what? Dren would be tired of sitting. He's like, you know what? Why don't we go find out then? And I'll go try and see where he's like. Can we see him from where we're sitting, like down the alleyway? Or does he just disappear as soon as we go in there?
You can see where he's going. He's not really moving that fast, so you might be able to get away with like finding him.
I'll look towards myself. I was like, what do you think? Should we just
So,
see what he's up to then?
Quick aside, Druff, that is probably the most versatile starting equipment I've ever seen out of this group, and I love it. It's great. Just random shit that they've never considered. Mainly just one tool.
What is it?
Mainly.
One very
No,
useful.
I'm not gonna tell you. It's so obvious, but
Point
No,
of
I already know what you're talking about. I already know what it is based on the
I'll just save it for later, but I have some fun ideas.
It's a porno mag. We all know that.
the legendary pile of porno mags from Grimtide. Yep, that's all it is.
I feel like that would cost more than 1,000 credits.
You'd be surprised.
Why? I'm just trying to get rid of that.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Just hit the.
Ignore that.
Fuck it. So you guys are gonna go try and investigate?
I'm gonna try and like shadow him, like following stealthily.
So, we're gonna go stealth in a second. But as you guys leave the building, you all walk smack dab into what appears to be a cargo droid that's carrying a small package. And you hear a deep voice that says, representative of Unlucky Company.
Oh no, I haven't paid my fees yet. I'm not a member. And I walk past.
He's kind of blocking the door. Like, try to like push past him.
No.
I guess I was like,
But I still say that. It's like, oh no, I haven't paid my fees yet. I'm not a member.
I'll go. I'll step up. It's like that would be me, I guess. Then.
Please sign here. And a little data pad like jumps out, and there's like a little spot for a signature.
I guess I'll just write Drem as best I can with big elephant hands.
You write Trem, and it says, "Thank you for your subscription." And just kidding. He drops off the crate.
You are.
ESPN Sports Illustrated will be arriving in 2 weeks.
You're gonna get forever spam emails on your data pad.
Yeah, just forever spam emails. Hot singles near you.
Okay.
Oh, you just fucked up your data.
Hot elephant singles near you.
Oh god.
The porno mags.
When you have the modern. Oh god.
BB.
I made my sad. I made myself sad. Where is my? Huh, that is a question and a half.
Is it a decent sized box you bought, or just like a little package?
Oh, it's a big boy. It's a big boy. I will be right back, lads. However, I have to find my phone.
You son of a bitch!
I know, right? The anticipation.
And I still don't know what the hell I did with this macro.
Wait, did you pay your fees, Drem?
What fee? Oh! No.
Yeah, you guys paid the fees.
I think both of you did.
No.
No, you just
On the
gave me the
company
IOU thing.
I put it on the company sheet.
Oh. I don't have any credits.
Well, when you
You
wake
start
up,
with
you should have 400.
Oh, yeah.
I had 90.
Well, no, like you get the 1,000 to start, and then when you wake up, you should have 400. That's how
Oh.
it's been played so far.
Well, he didn't tell me that.
We'll just say
He
that.
just
We'll just say that you paid it because
Okay.
Yeah,
it's on the sheet.
I'm pretty sure both of you did,
Yeah.
but we don't record them anymore. So
Oh,
Just
I'm
wanted to be
recording
sure.
this one, so
nice.
yeah.
Oh, you
I'm gonna
actually
just
recording?
send the video to jyrgaal to have it uploaded because apparently it takes 24 hours after validating your YouTube account to live stream it.
Wait,
What?
you guys are uploading these?
Yeah, jyrgaal has all or not all of them, but like a good chunk of them. If you want to go back and rewatch.
What's the name of it?
Hyperactive gamer guy.
He's a gamer boy.
Gamer boy. I think we have like all of them except for like the last one. Here, I'll post a link.
Thank you, because when I type that up, a lot of random things that have nothing to do with
Yeah.
it pop up.
That's a random one from our other campaign. But I'll delete it since Dan already did it.
Yeah, he's got a couple of things on there. I would he needs to sort them into playlists.
Oh,
Oh, he's got the New World campaign. All right, he's got a couple of eps in the New World campaign. Into the sewers.
it's this. I didn't know he was recording these.
I feel like there's more than
Or
seven,
uploading.
though. Okay, so it starts in the dwarf ruins.
Hey, a few of these have like views.
They're mostly us just rewatching them for for notes purposes.
I figured.
I would recommend all of the Heaven series though.
So I know what actually happened.
Well,
when
and
they were investigating.
the Heaven series was Salty's best work by far.
Okay.
Forest on Fire is a good one. Tax Day is probably a good one. Too bad we don't have the recording of like Dan going super badass early on. Like the kamikaze Dandroid.
Yeah, that was a great moment.
That was a great moment.
It was
Yeah.
a plasma pistol, right?
Yeah.
That you broke.
Yeah, it was a broken plasma pistol we found in the ruins from the Iron Skin bodies that were there. And so
Okay.
so like I could either try to fix it up and blow myself up while trying to fix it, or just like purposefully blow it up with Dandroid. This is pre-Dandroid sentience, so it's not child abuse.
So plasma pistols are basically the
Nuclear suns in a bottle. You
what
ever
are they?
play you ever play Call of Duty Zombies? You know the
There's-
ray gun?
I was actually just what is it? The Warhammer ones.
Yeah, it's probably from Warhammer. A lot of his weapons are from Warhammer. He's got a bolter and all that
Yes.
stuff.
Because I remember just
Yeah, that was when I first joined. He said, like, "Do you ever play Warhammer? Do you know any of the lore?" I said, "Nope, not a single thing." And
He's
he
like,
says,
"Good,
"Good,
this'll be
because I don't think
original."
I'll become involved." Yeah.
I'm not really into Warhammer as much as he is, but I do have a few games of it. Just because it's like, alright, fine, I'll get some because you talk about it a lot. And I just remember one of the games I have is RTS. and if you give your unit the plasma pistol, there's a chance for the unit to just explode
Yeah,
when it's firing.
that's pretty typical for Warhammer games. Like they've got the brutal critical table that, like, if you crit fail, then, or no, if you get a crit success like on an attack, then like you just roll on the brutal critical table and it's like your head blows off, or you lose 43 toes.
Yes.
Um,
And they continue that to most of the games on
yeah,
Steam.
like it's just that brutality. It's awesome. I've only I at my first job out of college, we had one guy who was just like super into it, and I did jack shit that entire thing. I was working for the government, so we didn't have anything to do all day, so he would just talk to us about Warhammer lore, and I like half paid attention.
That works. Though, because I talk to Salty a lot, I do get some of the where he's getting some of these ideas from, and I'm just like, you son of a bitch, you stole that.
Man, where the fuck is his phone? Did he say did he turn his "I'm gonna go look for my phone" into "I'm gonna go take a shit"?
Probably.
That,
Yeah.
or he's doing something for his wife.
Highly likely.
Yeah, it's highly likely he's taking a shit. He takes
All
a
of the
shit.
above. He's looking for his phone while taking a shit while helping his wife.
He's just shitting, moving through the house, looking
Like
for his phone.
Like a snail trail.
Night crawlers.
Oh.
Is that the rules to night crawlers? I think we finally figured it out.
How the game is played.
Okay, so first things first, you gotta look for your phone while helping your wife while taking a shit.
Easy.
Yeah.
That's the base rules.
That's the base.
That's it. On from there.
Yeah.
That's how you start the game.
I'm just making sure these two macros are working because the other one is just fucked. As you can see. Because whenever I click on this one, that happens.
What are you clicking on?
I apparently accidentally made a third weapon with nothing in it. I can't get rid of it. I can't change anything on it. I don't know what I did.
Is it like an item, or is it a...
Yeah, it's in the. I put it in the attack and spellcasting one.
I mean, you can just remove it from the attack and spellcasting.
How do you do that?
There's a cog. Let me actually look at the thing. Yeah, so there's a lock. Click on the lock,
Okay.
and then there should be a delete button on the right side.
Oh, okay, thank you.
And then
Okay.
if you can also like move them around and stuff.
Okay. No, I just somehow broke that one doing something.
Yeah, I mean, when in doubt, just delete it and make it again.
I didn't even mean to. I was actually just trying to change the scaling of the combat knife from whatever it was to dex.
I mean, the combat knife is just a typical dagger in D&D.
Yeah.
Alright. Really good chunk of books. Alright, so, there is a large crate, you signed for it, combat drone drops it at your feet and it leaves.
Yay. Is there anything that
Where's
says
the
what
guy?
this is?
It says fragile, but then somebody like put a tape over it and says non-fragile, and then somebody else put a stamp over that saying fragile. It's like a wooden.
I'm
Yes.
scared.
I ignore it. Where's the guy?
I'm still visible in the alleyway.
There's a... What's his name?
How
one
big
with-
is... How heavy is the package?
Stevens is currently sleeping.
Yeah.
Sleep with his dog.
How big is the package? Can I pick it up?
Roll strength, roll athletics. Yeah, no, it's fucking heavy, but you grab it and then you lift it up, and like something kind of shifts in there.
And I chuck it towards Steve and say, "Hey, watch this," and then I go towards the guy.
So, boom! An explosion of wood and splinters. You just yeet this thing at Stevens. Stevens is now a pile on the floor, like, ugh! It's sprawled on top of him. Well, it's your time to shine, Mr. Druff. What does your abomination look like?
He looks like a pretty plain robot. Imagine a Pathfinder from, the big game, Apex. But just with a normal head. So like the thin kind of like spindly robot. Yeah. Some carbon tubes and stuff running, connecting all the pieces and what. But yeah, pretty basic, a little beat up.
Are you a Warforged?
I am a Warforged.
Nice. We're gonna be friends.
We're not going to be friends because you're an abomination.
I do find it very funny because you two are exact opposites.
Who, Dan?
But yeah, no, that happens, right? And so you wake up. What was your name? It was something fucking absolute Merc.
It's Mark.
I'm gonna call him Merc for my own amusement.
Oh, thank
So
you.
Merc.
We had too many D's. Too many D's.
Yeah. Too many D names. Too many D's. There's too much D. Anyway, Salty 2022. So that happens, and you wake up, Mark, and it's systems initializing, wow, I've made it to this new land, and then it's you look down, and there's just some dude sprawled beneath you, wounded, just
I look at him and I say, "Hello, can I be of assistance?"
What the fuck? Get the fuck off me, you God's damned robot!
Oh yeah, am I just standing on him right now?
You're on top of him, yes.
I kind of shuffle, not full steps, still hitting him as I step off of him, just shuffle.
I'm just gonna look
You sound in distress. Can I be of assistance?
You fuck assistant! Who the fuck are you?
I'm going to. Does he look injured?
Not really.
Okay.
Not really, but yeah, he just got a box thrown at him. The fuck happened?
Here, let me help you up, and I stand him back up from knocking him down.
Let me see if Stevens would even take your hand. He's like, yeah, sure. He grabs your hand.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
So dressed in expeditionary armor is the dude that you're just kind of lifting up. There is a corgi next to him that has one leg missing. Behind him, you notice a large elephant man who's probably looks confused, and I assume
very.
Marshall, did you just ignore everything and was traveling on ahead, or?
I saw that it was a robot, and I was like, "Come on, let's go follow this guy."
Fuck the robot. That's their problem.
I don't.
I turn
know who you are.
to Utrim and it's like, "I am here to help. My name is Mark. Can I be of assistance?"
Yeah, go throw yourself in a wood chipper.
Don't do that.
And then I walk off.
I'm gonna go with him and follow that guy. You do what you want. Don't kill anyone, please. I don't want to be responsible for that. I'm just gonna slowly start slinking out of the room.
Stevens looks around like, "Oh no, you fucking don't! Hey, you robot! Your directive! Go follow those fuckers! Give me some peace and fucking quiet!"
Sure thing. And I begin to follow them.
What the fuck is today?
I'm just gonna say, you know what? Just do what you want. I'm gonna start following.
So the Three Stooges start going into the alleyway. All of the new members of the group. I'm loving this. Anyway.
This is hilarious.
Yep.
Before he even introduced his characters, I was like, it would be funny if my character didn't trust droids. like in The Mandalorian, because you know how he's a mutant?
Well, I think considering what your character wants for himself kind of puts him at odds with droids and machinery in general. More like, at least cybernetics and robotics. So, it's going to be interesting. We cut now to Flint, who is now given ample time to think about whatever the fuck he wanted to think about. What you gonna do? What was your thing?
So it's just like I put it in like on my on my data pad, right? And that's how I submit it.
And you submit it, yeah.
Okay. Flint just wrote better parking at the hub.
Okay. Give yourself a mini inspiration point. Everybody else, we need more defenses. This was madness. We need to do this. We need to do that. And then just one guy. Hey, more parking space would be really cool.
Fucking sucks getting in here. It's a nightmare.
As you submit that, everybody submits theirs. The central dais, that dominates the center of the room, two figures ascend a set of stairways towards it. One is very clearly Miser. The other is the general in command of the HSF. His name is General Tiber. Literally just Tiber. General Tiber and Miser get on the central dais, and you notice something else. You notice a small group of individuals is also stepping up to kind of off to the side. One of them is Rick. You notice Rick is there. The lawyer from the Ironskin Company is there. The Dragonborn, affectionately known as Bob, he's also there. That really large, power armored dude that was part of the Ironskin Company. He's there as well, along with various others that you do not recognize. They're off to the side, like down there on the floor. Miser steps up to the central podium and he taps the microphone a couple of times, causing a sharp squeal to emanate throughout the fucking assembly area. Miser taps the microphone and goes, testing, testing. Is everyone's ears sufficiently hurt? Good. Now then, straight to business, ladies and gentlemen, and whatever ungodly creatures you are in between. We have a problem. Several problems. I'm sure all of you have noticed the newly improved decor and the hover chairs and the destroyed city currently also around us.
And the really bad
But
parking.
Who the fuck said that? Who said who the fuck submitted free parking? No. Instead, he says, now I know everyone says that emotion's a little high, but we're going to go through things as procedure demands and save all of the crazy shit towards the end. Good? Good. We now start off with various proposals sent from the inner circle, as long as they don't pertain to the avians, because that must wait till the end. So, we'll start from the top. He looks towards one of the members of the inner circle, and he kind of waves his arm and says, has to do with those guys. Right. And, he goes down the list, and all of them don't have anything to say. Right up until he gets to the blood drinkers, who look completely, which are part of the inner circle. They look completely disinterested in anything that's going on. I want to point out, Captain Matthias is not the leader, but he's there as well, with Rick and everything. And Captain Matthias, while Miser was speaking, walked up to the leader of the Blood Drinker Company, which appears to be, do you know what a Leonid is? Like a lion person. essentially that. He's very tall. He has like the mane going on, although he has like these cybernetics along his like half the side of his face. Captain Matthias walks up to him and hands him his data slate, and they both look at it, and they both and the lion person kind of like nods his head. And Captain Matthias turns around. As he does so, he looks up at you and he gives you a thumbs up. Captain Matthias does, and he heads to the side.
Gives him a confused thumbs up as well.
Now, the Captain Ahab, the gentleman from the Shallowtail company, he kind of nudged you on the shoulder and is like, "See, you got fucking friends. They're gonna bring up your issue. What'd you put in?"
Parking.
What? Parking?
Parking this place.
It then gets to the Bloodbrinkers, and the lion gentleman, like, he looks down and just kind of furrows his brow. He then, like, turns all the way around, looks up at you, looks down at his data slate, looks up at you, turns all the way around. We are uplifting a concern from one of the independent contractors. Apparently the issue of parking would like to be addressed.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, I agree.
Roll performance, dickhead.
You have advantage.
Fuck you! He does have advantage. Yeah, I agree. And you know what's funny? Like, from some of the independent contractors, some of them are like, "Oh, you know," there's some mumbling. There's some mumbling agreeal.
The Kalismar.
I would say this is not a well, subjective. So that happens, and like Miser looks confused. General Tiber looks confused. Every other person on the inner council looks at the fucking leader of the Blood Drinkers very confused. And eventually Miser goes, "Right, parking. I can't tell who wrote that." The line guy kind of crosses his arms like, I don't have to tell you. Come on, who wrote it? I'm not telling you. All right. Whoever wrote that, I'm sure the vacant lots that were once our buildings can serve your parking needs. Fuck it, no. And he throws down his cane. Fuck it, let's put it to a vote. Who here would like to see some more parking built in the hub? Come on, no, come on, who wants it? So I put it to a general election. That's fine, I'll bulldoze over all the rubble of my hard-built buildings. I'll demolish them all and put some more fucking parking structures.
Democracy at its finest.
By all means, put your fucking votes in. Upon your data pad, it says vote Proposition Road. And the only thing it says is, build more parking structures in the hub. What does Flint vote for?
Vote yes.
Okay, alright. So, on screen is like a tally of the votes, and I will point out there's the votes are separated into the independent contractors and then the inner circle. The inner circle's votes apparently weighing like way fucking more than all of the independent contractors combined. It's more parliamentary rather than a democracy, I will say. You have somewhat of a voice, just not a lot. The votes go through. Parking does not pass. Mainly because of abstentions, and somebody on the inner circle voted no. You're not sure who it was, but apparently somebody does not want more parking. You don't know who, though.
Roll insight.
Fuck it, sure, roll insight. You don't know who. Damn. One of those motherfuckers doesn't like doesn't like parking. After it fails, like, oh look, it failed. Anybody else? Shall we open a fucking petting zoo? No one? Okay, good. Now it goes, and it keeps going on the inner circle. Everyone, of course, holding their concerns because nobody has a proposition that does not involve the avians. The circle gets completed. And Miser then randomly selects like three concerns from the crowd of independent contractors. Somebody else, 3 are called, 2 have to hold theirs, and 1 does not. However, one of them is going to ask for a not parking, but is asking if they can bring back up the central road through Talon Woods. He said after it's read out, a groan sounds out through most of the independent contractors, and like most of the inner circle. They all start just groaning at that. Miser smiles and says, "What? You don't want the interstate? Not the interstate, but the you don't want the central highway that you guys tried building 5 years ago?" The Captain Ahab next to you groans as well. He says, "No, but bring it up for a vote one more time. All right, everybody, place your votes." And you notice Captain Ahab's not even like he hasn't even looked at it. He's just already hitting the spot on his laptop for on his pad for no. I assume Flint looks on in a bit of confusion. Captain Ahab turns his head and says, "The last time we tried this, the road got destroyed within a month, and it increased our taxes by almost 10% due to the losses."
Yeah, the talon crawlers are pretty territorial.
It wasn't even the fucking talon crawlers. It was goddamn tangle grass. It literally grew through any material we laid down. Fucking ridiculous. Then, of course, the Gretchier just toppling vehicles, all this other crap. I swear, I don't know why everybody's so obsessed with just living on the land. The lands are cursed. At least in the oceans, you can see what's coming for you.
I mean, unless it's underneath you.
No. It's pretty clear waters over there. Rarely is it obscured. You can see the giant serpents as they try to eat your vessel. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. The vote fails, and you get to the after the proposals are all dealt with. Miser steps, not Miser, but General Tiber steps forward and says, "All right, that's the business as usual. Now's the time we discuss the current state of affairs. Now, I've always believed in blunt honesty with almost everything, and this is no exception. To those of you wondering how well we did very poorly, but we were fortunate with what we got away with. The central teleportation array is damaged. We cannot expect reinforcements from Faerun. The containment fleet is currently undergoing a security compromise, so we can't focus on them either. All we have is the HSF security forces and yourselves, if you're willing." As he says this, the mumbling becomes like bickering throughout all of the room. General Tiber raises his hand for quiet and says, "We have about 1,000 men here in the hub, and we are currently working on acquiring another 1,000. That being said, the avians, as far as our reports go, greatly outnumber us in terms of vehicles, in terms of sheer numbers, and in terms of survivability. As we find, we do not believe we have actually terminated a single one of their forces, the forces being reused in each conflict. That beside the point, we require the assistance of all of you, of the companies and of the independent contractors. We need your help in turning them back. These creatures, whatever they are, they've been dead a while. As far as I can tell, I don't think they deserve this place any more than we do, and they intend on kicking us out of here. I say we give them a fight. They have already struck the first blow. We weren't the aggressors. We haven't done anything to them. But here they come, pouring out of Fendra Cliffs to fight us. They have not shown anyone quarter, anyone mercy, and they fully intend to wipe us out. Whether or not you believe this is your problem, this will become your problem. So before you all simply refuse out of hand or spite or cowardice, this threat's coming for us all. We all must band together and face it together. So I'm asking for volunteers. 1 week from now to assemble here, to assemble our first wave of counterattacks to push them back into Fender Cliffs. Is there anybody willing to pledge themselves now, before that week?
Who is saying this?
General Tiber, the commander-in-chief of the basically HSF forces here on Aether.
Flint's gonna look around. How does everybody else seem to?
So, I want to point out, the first person to raise their hand was a gentleman in the inner circle. Like he raised his hand like right off the get-go. A couple of the people in the inner circle raised their hands. One of which, to your surprise, is Pops of the Ironskin Company. That very old, man that you kind of have that peace deal with. He's there. He's raising his hand as well, along with one other that you can't quite see because he's on the other side of the display. But you could say a hand raised there. What's up?
What about Matthias?
Matthias is not the leader, remember? And the guy that, in his boss, has not raised his hand.
Okay.
A lot of the independent contractors, however, I'd say more than half, have already raised their hand. And Miser kind of chips in and says, "Oh, and of course you will be duly compensated for your efforts, and it would, and of course, be deserved of a write-off for your expenses, of course." He mentions the word write-off, and 4 more of the inner circle raise their hand, and another 30% of the room raises their hands as well. What do you do, Flint? Captain Ahab has not raised his hand. The Blood Drinkers still haven't, even though most of the inner circle has.
You know, pre-Pelorian Heaven, Flint wouldn't have raised his hand.
Of course.
But based off of what happened up there, and namely what happened with the shadow monsters, and seeing the binary good and evil, and truly understanding that what the avians are doing is fucked up and is inexcusable, Flint's gonna raise his hand.
I'm not consulting my group. Fuck them. Right, we're doing this. You raise your hand as well. Captain Ahab kind of looks at you shocked. Matthias from down there, he kind of looks up, and you see him give a soft smile and kind of a nod of appreciation. As this happens, the motion is translated to your pads, which you just agree again with. Everybody seems to do that or disagree. After that is completed, and says, General Tiber speaks up again and says, "Despite your reasons, whether it be for incentive or a sense of duty, let it be known that this foe is unlike anything that anybody in the Republic has ever fought. They seem to be more advanced than us, but they are poor and disorganized. We will use this opportunity to organize ourselves better and make sure that we punish them for overextending. The campaign begins 1 week from now. We will assemble everything we've got, and we're going to punch through Talon Woods and try and put the pressure off from the Torvin Plains up north and from the Aegon Wastes to our east. Once those parameters are met, we can start worrying about offensive operations for the Fender Cliffs. Now, we are hoping to repair the teleportation relay, but we have no idea how long it's going to take us to do so. It could take us months, but for now, we're on our own. There's no reinforcements coming. It's just us. Now, the war has already begun. We've already suffered our first battle. During this battle, there have been multiple distinguished personnel in this battle. We have gathered them before you today. We have decided that in order to instill some, hopefully, morale and something to aspire to via their heroic deeds, we have decided to award those members and companies today. Please step forward. He basically rattles off great deeds of the people that have assembled down there. First is Captain Matthias, and he basically is this is Captain Matthias of the Blood Drinker Company, who came to our aid and managed to convince two HSF destroyers to follow alongside him, without which we would not have been able to push them off the hub, let alone actually find any measure of victory. To you, Captain Matthias, we award the Silver Laurels of Valor. And they present him with the award. A lot of people clap, including the Blood Drinker Company person. I don't know if Flint claps for him or not, but that's your call.
Yeah, he will.
He goes down the list until he gets to the lawyer and the Dragonborn, and says, to you, Mr. Richards, and he looks at the pad again. Bob, of the Ironskin Company, for leading several successful armored counterattacks on the outskirts of the town once the Blood Drinkers have arrived. You have our appreciation, and we have awarded each of you the Bronze Laurels of Valor. He keeps going down the list. Some people, the rest of them you don't really recognize, but various deeds that you weren't even aware that were happening based on your limited perception when the battle was going on. You weren't even aware that there was any dogfighting going on, but apparently there were some aerial combatants involved. You weren't aware that there was anything going on in the sewers, and you're surprised to see a Skaven being awarded from Verminium Industries. But each deed of valor brought forth, and finally we get to Rick, who's kind of shambling on stage, and to you, Rick O'Connell, for valiantly laying down your life, although apparently you got better, and attacking, and he says these words, and single-handedly driving back the Avian Lord back to whatever ship he came down from. We have awarded you the highest honor that we could possibly give a civilian. We have awarded you the Star of the Republic for your valor and your deeds and your willingness to lay down your life for others. He gives a salute to Rick. Rick kind of awkwardly gives it back. The reward looks like it's a star surrounding a cogwheel, and it is worn on Rick's shoulder. He now has it as a commendation.
Let's stand up and clap.
Rick sees this, and he kind of, Dad's cheering for him, and he's kind of just like, oh, fucking shit. And Miser steps forward and says, that was the military side of things, but I've decided that I have not an official reward, but an official statement. The security alarm for the hub went off approximately 5 seconds before the enemy started attacking. Captain Matthias was warned well ahead of that, and came to our aid just in the nick of time. Those 5 seconds allowed the control towers to shut down many of our important infrastructure, which caused them not to target them. The teleportation relay was thankfully not damaged nearly as bad as it could have been, and from what we gave the data we've gathered, they would have targeted it more, but they didn't know where it was. Thanks to the efforts of the control tower, thanks to the warning that they received. They were warned, and so was Captain Matthias, brought to us by the same company. A company with a rather unfortunate name, but is labeled the Unlucky Company. He gestures towards you, Rick, and everybody kind of turns to him. You can thank them. To you, Flynn. I'm sorry, okay. I misspoke. It says, and Captain Bib kind of looks over and says, thanks to them that we're all still standing here, because if Captain Matthias hasn't shown up, I'm not sure. We'd probably still be fighting the wretches. Everyone kind of looks at you, Flint, and I don't know if Flint's been through this before, but everyone starts applauding for you specifically, and says, Miser continues, and so on behalf of the hub and for all our grateful asses, I have bestowed upon you a small reward. You should see it in your data pad whenever you open it. This is the part where you get that 10,000 rec that I mentioned.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, so this is how you get that 10,000 rec. It's 10,000 rec, and then it's also a time and place for you to go to for Rick to receive Miser's personal reward as well. cards to the table, it's Rick's new armor and his new picture, as we've also discussed. That's going to conclude your adventure, Flint. So basically, the rest of the meeting is basically just hashing out details, which you kind of just know, and so we'll go over that on a later time. Basically, like everybody just comes back after a week to get their affairs in order, and then they're going to go on from there.
Before we cut away, can Flint like silent communicate to Rick, like across the room, just like hand signals, like, wasn't this something? As everybody's clapping him.
There is no silent communication necessary to show that he's about to puke. He's not looking great. He's like, oh god, applause. I don't like it.
He's also like hurt.
Yeah, no, he's like, I still feel bad. I got cut in half and stitched together. I'm not doing so hot. People are applauding me. I have the fucking Star of the Republic on my goddamn shoulder. This is bullshit. And these fuckers dragged me out of Elysium for this bullshit. That's gonna be it for Flint. You can reunite with your group after this.
Cool.
Shall we say shit, 1 second. I'm being called!
Oh, yay.
I know, right?
Postponed my imminent torture. I really want to crit when I'm getting tortured.
What?
Well,
You
like,
know
Dan is a stubborn-ass motherfucker. So, once it starts, he's probably gonna, like, want to hold out just to see how long he can, like, to hold out. He, essentially, in heaven, like, there was a heaven test of endurance, and he carried, like, 30 people on his back for, like, 20 days.
Okay, I see what you mean then.
He's a stubborn-ass motherfucker. But, like, not always in a good way.
Well, you should, it'll be cool if, like, when you're being tortured, you use Blessings of Calamar to, like, do a performance, like, that doesn't even hurt!
I have an itch to the left. Do you mind?
Yeah. Everyone's gonna know you died scratching my balls. I think that's the best James Bond.
Oh, by far.
I liked the new one, though.
I haven't
But it
seen
was, wasn't really much of a James Bond movie. It was, like, more like high stakes.
Kind of like a Mission Impossible.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, exactly. A little bit more like that. But no, it was great. I still enjoyed it.
Fast 15. The Furiousness.
How's Rito doing?
He's doing alright.
Gonna soon, right?
Yeah, he got into Georgia, Penn State, A&M, Baylor.
Nice.
A&M's off the table because A&M sucks. At least I think. And then right now it's a toss-up, I think, between Georgia and Penn State. Obviously, you know, I'm pushing Penn State really hard. But I think...
Where does he live right now? Is he still in
Houston.
Texas?
Houston,
Okay.
Texas. Like, Georgia, I think, would be really great, too. My cousin, like, yeah, you know, Nick, he swam for Georgia. For UGA. So, he, like, so our family kind of grew up, like, Bulldog fans.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Like, Bulldog fans, Duke fans, Penn State fans, and UT fans. So,
Yeah, UGA is only like a hour and a half from me, 2 hours from me.
oh, nice.
Because my little brother went there.
Maybe we can get, go out and grab a beer or something whenever I go visit him at UGA.
Hell yeah.
But of course he's going to Penn State because
is UGA from you guys?
I live in Florida now, so
Okay.
it's like
A little bit.
It's like a 10-hour drive probably. I can make it in a day.
How was Sunday, Flint?
Fucking lit. It was awesome.
I figured. I saw the score. I was like, I bet
Dude,
you're
it
drunk
was-
as fuck out in the streets.
Oh my god. It was. I
Soccer?
mean, yeah, it was kickoff. Yeah, because I flew up to New York to watch a Celtic match in a pub in New York, and we went. It was 7 a.m. kickoff because it's in the UK. So we were up at 4:30 to walk to the bar. It was about an hour to walk there, and then
AM?
we were drunk by AM. And then we got in there at 6 a.m. like an hour before kickoff, and then we just started drinking and just kept drinking. Well, the first 5 minutes were so fucking rough because
Of the game?
yeah, because they scored in the first 3 minutes.
Yeah, Rangers did, right?
Yeah, they scored, and their fans are so fucking loud, and because they didn't let any Celtic fans in there except for 700, so it's 50,000 of their fans screaming.
Yeah.
And then it took about 10 minutes for Celtic to kind of get going, and then once they got going, it was they ran the whole fucking match. We were up 2-1
nice.
by halftime, and yeah, no, it was awesome. It was a great match. Fuck the Huns.
Yeah, there's only Celtic fans in that bar, right? It's not split or anything.
Oh no, you don't really mix.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Yeah, it was pretty great. Fucking rough though, because then we went to my flight was at 5, and then I got delayed 2.5 hours, so I was just sobering up, waiting at the airport,
Oh man.
and then I had to get on a flight, and I didn't get home till probably around midnight. I got home, and then I had to wake up for work the next day. Yeah, I was really bad at my job today. My boss was pretty mad at me.
Because today's your busy day, right?
Yeah, it's a whole bunch of new shit as well. I just didn't do one of the reports I was supposed to do, and I was like, happens.
It happens.
They're like, we really. And I was like, yeah, no, I hear where you're coming from, and I'm really sorry I put you in this position. See you tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm not working overtime. See you later.
Gotta go get a medal.
Yep.
And some creds or what's that? It wasn't an red.
Rick.
Yeah,
So it's our company just looks really good.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's company money.
Gotcha.
Also, yeah, we have a shit ton of credits as a company, and we do, if you do bullets or impacts or anything like that, you can write that off as a company expense.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got 188,830 credits.
Do you individually earn credits and the company earn credits as well, or does most things go to the company?
Yes. We
Both of those.
Yeah, so here, do you want me to send you the we have an official document. We have a legal document that you guys need to sign.
And also, what is that noise? I just started hearing.
Might be my cat. Ooh.
Salty's got a
I think it's salt.
It's either I think one of his pets got a hold of the mic and is running with it, or someone is just constantly rubbing it.
Does it sound like a windstorm? That's what I'm hearing.
I wonder if the cat got a hold of it and is just running with it. Which would be hilarious, but it's annoying right now. Oh! We do have a lot of credits as a company, actually.
You guys hear the House voted to legalize weed nationally?
It won't go through the Senate though.
Wait, what? It's voting on?
The House of Representatives passed a bill to legalize weed, like marijuana, federally. But it's yeah, it's not through the Senate.
I'm only surprised they haven't done it sooner, just because the tax things they can get from it, just tax it like cigarettes and make plenty of money on it.
So much money they'll make.
It's just
the reason why
it's
is
tobacco
because
lobbying.
tobacco.
Yeah, it's literally tobacco lobbying.
That's true.
Yeah.
Big pharma as well. Medicinal property.
Yeah, that's true.
Not to mention.
I mean, like, well,
products.
all the like the reason why it's criminalized right now is 100% big tobacco. They saw that people smoking weed would cut into their profits, so they got it made it illegal.
Thought it had to do back with the Reagan administration. They wanted to criminalize it because they saw that it was basically to marginalize the black vote.
And
Yeah, that's how big tobacco. That's how they framed it. It's like the whole criminalization of it is just it's all nuts. Like if you dig into it all.
Yeah, there's a lot of things behind it. A lot of companies that hated it, didn't want to be legalized. Everything from tobacco to hell, even paper products. Though again, if they just legalized it, same kind of tax stamp as tobacco and alcohol has, and they'd make plenty of money, especially with how many people are buying it at the moment.
Well, yeah, but now there's a stigma around it because you have all the boomers and whatever the fuck my parents were. Like they grew up with tobacco or weed is bad. It's devil's lettuce.
Yeah.
It's not. It's
What was that video? Oh man, it's like a classic.
10 minutes. Come back and it's the devil's lettuce, huh?
Yep, it's the devil's lettuce.
My parents were like
Reaper Madness. That's what it is. That classic.
I mean, hell, I still remember Dare and all that. So.
Mm-hmm.
My dad used to call it Mary Jane when I was a kid.
Yeah, it's still called
Like, so, yeah, but and then like 3 years ago he like discovered edibles, and then now he probably like does way more weed than I do.
But your dad's a hippie.
Yeah, he is now. Like a late in life hippie though.
Oh.
All right. Casual use of drugs aside, shall we continue?
I like your back. I can turn you up now and actually hear you.
Yeah, I'm back.
All right.
You guys can hear me, right? I'm good?
Yep.
Okay, fuck, shit.
By the way, wouldn't your pet steal your mic or something?
Probably. I did come back, it was on the floor. So, probably did.
They're rubbing against the floor.
So Daniel, do me a quick favor.
Mm-hmm.
Roll me a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage.
Not a constitution.
No.
Which one's was again? Is it wisdom? Yes, it is.
Alright, now roll constitution. God damn. So, roll me a D100. You're in this box of cutting blades and electric jolts for about 34 seconds.
Did I break the record?
No, the record was a minute.
You said it was 32 seconds.
Oh, well, yeah, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a minute. Ah, fuck it. Yeah, fuck it. You beat it by 2 seconds.
Oh yeah, man, name's in the record book.
Yep. At 34 seconds, you are spat out. Now, during this process, you felt something stab into the back of your fucking head. and the wisdom saving throw was resisting this strange, probing consciousness that was literally invading your thoughts. It was quite painful. The Constitution, you did not scream, not once. It ends before you break, but you were like right at the tipping point, like you're about to start crying out, but you're able to like hold it in. And you're kind of ejected from this towering monstrosity as it kind of comes to a close. And you notice Lieutenant Nunya has his arms crossed, and he's looking up at another figure that's entered the room. Bleary-eyed and severely wounded.
Can I make a quick jab at Lieutenant Nunya? Or am I in that?
You're not in a good state of mind, I would say no.
Well, I feel like I would have held out because I only want to get that record.
Roll another wisdom saving throw, not disadvantage. I'm just gonna see how quick does Daniel bounce back. Go for it. Roll it. Fuck off. All right. Yeah. You know what? What do you say?
Hey, Lieutenant, none of your damn business. Did I fucking beat that record?
You say it, and he does look at you, and he kind of like looks pissed, but he has more pressing things. Dominating most of the room is a towering knight, a radiant knight, with 10-foot-tall war machines that serve the Republic. This one is a very noticeable one, though, because of the damage that it suffered. It's Loken, from Sir Loken from the fight, and he is currently talking with Lieutenant Nunya, and you're catching the tail end of the conversation, and you hear, "Supposed to be questioning, not torturing." Lieutenant Nunya kind of shrugs and says, "That's the same thing in my book, and you know it." Loken looks over to you and stomps over with one arm, because his other arm has been fucking chopped off, if you do recall. Loken reaches down, like, offers you a hand.
I take it.
You hear the deep rumbling voice that's slightly frayed and static-filled. Just ask, "Are you alright? Are you okay?"
Just peachy. Can I spit, like
Yeah.
blood?
Yeah. And certain fluids that were injected into your throat, don't worry. You start hacking up a lung, I imagine. Just red all over the fucking
Just fucking peachy.
that. As like Loken like turns towards Lieutenant Nunya, Lieutenant Nunya is currently like flipping through his data pad, and then says, "I thank you for your cooperation, Daniel Druff. I'm sure we'll be seeing each other again quite soon." The torture bot kind of goes out first. Lieutenant Nunya, whistling a merry tune all the way, leaves. And as he leaves, says, and for the record, you did beat the record. By 2 seconds. I'm sure you can go for higher. Until next time." And he leaves. I'm turning right down the corridor.
I think at this point Dan's gonna like stop trying to acting tough and just kind of like slouch. Like as soon as the enemy is gone.
You're like a deep grumble from Loken. He shakes his head and says, "He was only supposed to question you."
You sent one of those fuckers to question someone and you didn't expect that?
I didn't send anybody.
Someone.
He shakes his head. He shakes his head again and says, "Death's hands do as whatever the hell they damn well please. There's nothing neither me can do about it. They answer only to Warden. And considering the fact that communications is so fucked, I doubt he ordered it either. Especially considering you're on a list of people that are meant to be looked after. I doubt he would ask them to question you." He shakes his head and says, "It matters not."
Can I roll engineering on that device and like what all it could have gotten from me? Or like a history or a knowledge check or something?
Engineering will do. I'll say that'll do. The question isn't what did it get, it's what didn't it get, and the answer is not much. Do you think that through some tomfoolery involving sticking a needle into the back of your head, like Matrix style, he definitely got whatever he was looking for?
And more?
Oh, probably.
We're fucked.
Logan turns down and sees you and says, "You're sure about that?"
Yeah.
Well, fortunately for you, he doesn't have permission to execute you.
And it's not just me, though.
Who?
The whole company.
Where are your friends?
They should be back at the bunk, and Flint should be at the leaders' meeting.
They won't try anything at the leaders' meeting. Will you take me to the bunkhouse? I'm not sure which one your friends are at.
Sure. Can you help me along? I'm still kind of fucked up.
Wounded dwarf and a one-armed knight. This is a joke somewhere, I just know it.
Grand adventure.
He helps you up and says, he doesn't say anything, he just nods his head in a strange chuckling sound that also sounds like an engine that's stalling out.
He's also like 17 times my size, so like...
Yeah, he's he's lifting you up with a finger.
All I can imagine is that one captain from Bleach with a little girl on his back. What's his name?
Like a big daddy from Bioshock and a little sister.
Can you just...
Yeah, you're absolutely tiny, mate. So you're gonna take him back to the area. We cut back to the Three Stooges.
And do it.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
So,
Let's go.
as far as I understand, Marshall, you're trying to stealth.
Yes.
Please roll stealth.
Oh god.
Not you, Drem. You're about as you're like knocking into cans and shit. Like it's the stealth that would pass in maybe GTA, but not in real life.
Who knows? He can roll low.
Hey, you see that guy? He's 30 feet behind. He's like, yeah, but you know what we say in the Mafia? If they're more than 30 feet behind you, they ain't following you. So you're falling behind. Mark and Drem, are you trying to be stealthy too? Like, Mark, you're just following the lead, right?
Yeah, I'm just kind of like, my programming indicates it is polite to introduce yourself when first meeting someone. Hello, my name is Mark. What is your name? I'm just kind of like casually conversing with the big elephant right next to me.
I'm still trying to figure out if this is gonna be very funny or very old.
I'd just be following along behind Marshall. I'd be like, yeah, my name's Drem. Who are you? Okay, I get your name, but why did you come in a box?
I do not know. There are no memories.
Data not found.
Data not found. Yeah, you see him kind of pause for a second, and then data not found.
404's flashing.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay then. I take it since you were sent to, well, the company I'm part of now, that I guess you were meant to be here. Still don't know why they shipped you in a box, and why we are unlucky enough for you to come when no one else is here. And you know what? We can figure this all out when Flint gets back. For now, you just want to follow us, see where this goes.
What is our objective?
Good question. And I'm gonna turn to Marshall. And you said you just knocked.
Yeah, you just see
How far is
so
Marshall ahead of
please-
us?
Marshall, you're a seasoned guy. Please describe what a 7 looks like in Marshall, with Marshall's
Alright,
concern.
so you turn to Marshall. He's kind of just standing there like Dax, just like trying to blend in.
Oh my god, the stupid. If I stand still long enough, he won't see.
Yeah, because, well, he has natural camouflage, and he's just like hoping his natural camouflage is working.
Yeah, Mark is just like, excuse me, what is our objective?
Grim, tell the bucket of bolts we're following this guy. And I point out the guy.
He's at the end of the alleyway. He's kind of like he's actually picking up the pace, as if alerted.
Did he look back at us, or you just started to?
I'm gonna say in the interim of that bullshit, none of you noticed if he looked behind him, but he is running, like while jogging.
Just looking expectantly at Drim right now.
Not that. Where is it? Well, fuck! I'm gonna turn toward Marshall. Well, we're supposed to be following him, right? And I'm gonna point towards the guy down the alley.
Yes.
I'm going to run full speed at him.
Fuck it, roll athletics.
Athletics.
Can I try to get on top of a close by building?
So you run at this guy. You just like full tilt. The guy stops in his tracks, wheels around, pulls out a fully charged plasma gun, aims it in your direction. You just hear, and you just see this bright blue light just starting to build up around a small mechanical frame.
Can I?
The guy
shoot
turns
him?
around, covered in bandages, and before you want to shoot him, he just cries out like, "Who are you? Why are you following me?"
I'm going to now probably instantly halt, put up my hands, is like, Jim!
Roll athletics again to see if you can halt.
My name's Trev! Oh god.
Yeah, you're fine.
Better than last time.
You're fine. You're fine.
My name's Trim. I'm.
Yeah. So you're raising your hands. Marshall, what are you doing? Are you still trying to shoot him first?
Well, he obviously is trying to talk to us, so I'm gonna raise my gun and point it at him. It's like, you looking for somebody, buddy?
Okay, Mark, what are you doing? There is now an armed confrontation.
I just look at the group. I'm like, I guess you see, like my arm kind of loads up into the grenade launcher. Basically, like aiming down. I'm like kind of looking at the situation going on and just readying an act. Readying the grenade launcher.
Combat, the incendiary.
Yeah, basically.
Is this gonna be another fireball in the closet situation?
This might be another fireball in the closet situation. Anyway. So he turns around and he's like, "Who are you? Why are you following me?" And you say, "Are you looking for somebody?"
Yeah.
He says, yeah, maybe I am, maybe I'm not. Who the fuck's it to you?"
I was like, okay, you know what? This situation is not how I thought it would turn out to be. I was honestly just bored.
Alright, how about you lower your gun and I'll lower the plasma gun, huh? How about that?
You first.
No, you first.
I'm gonna look like, okay, look, you have a plasma gun.
Yeah.
The robot has a grenade launcher.
It's fully charged. I'm not even sure how to turn this thing off.
That sounds really bad because we're in an alleyway. If any of those go off,
You
we
think
will
I
die.
fucking care?
Drop it before I turn your brains into wallpaper. Can I roll
You
it
think you're
today?
gonna walk away if I just let go of the trigger? Like, what if I just let go of it? It's gonna go off, and if you shoot me, you're gonna die too. So you won't shoot me because of that, and stuff.
I'm gonna say,
I'm not even kidding. He says the word "and stuff."
okay, we can all calm down. Don't drop that gun, please, because I feel like if you do, we will all die anyways.
Rim, do you need assistance?
Yes. No, I don't.
You launches the incendiary. Do you need assistance? Yes. Boom. No.
I'm gonna turn back to the guy and say, okay, we all got off on a wrong foot here. Very horribly wrong. I was probably just gonna ask what you were looking for. I don't want to. We probably shouldn't explode another piece of the city yet. I think people would get very pissed at us for that, for a lot of reasons.
I just want to know why somebody just would be so shady this soon after an attack. It's just kind of weird, you know?
So's following that guy down an alleyway.
Okay, look, Fistman here's already weirding me out. I have met him 2 days ago. Please don't kill me because I met him. I'm...
Tom lowers gun. Tom lowers gun, and we all go.
Okay, look. How about on 3, all 3 of you lower your guns? How about that?
Does Mark also have his grenade launcher out?
Yeah, no, Mark was fully like the grenade launcher is like loaded and primed and just sitting like yeah.
It's like, okay, you 2 lower your guns, you lower your arm. On 3, how about that? Eh?
The guy kind of nods slowly. What does Marshall do?
Marshall nods.
Okay. Do you count down 1, 2, 3?
I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3.
The guy lowers his gun and takes his finger off the trigger. Not knowing, it actually lets it go.
He pointed it down.
So, the plasma bolt basically buries itself into the ground and detonates. A small explosion occurs. Please roll a deck save, Drem, just Drem, because he's the one in front.
God damn it.
You're not taking plasma damage, by the way. You're just taking some shrapnel.
Could I try
I'm not that mean.
to help him with his decks?
Yeah, fuck it. Hell yeah. Give yourself advantage. Yeah.
That's not bad.
No, you're fine. You jump out of the way as the shrapnel hits. The guy's plasma gun falls apart in his hands. He's like, no. I'm sorry. Like I said, didn't know what happens if I put my hand on the trigger. This wasn't mine. Sorry.
Alright, so now Marshall raises his gun and says, "You're gonna tell me what you're doing, or
wait.
I'm gonna turn you into wallpaper." Intimidate? Can I...
Wallpaper? Turn me into what? Roll intimidate with disadvantage because of that shit. I'm gonna turn you into wallpaper.
Yeah, blow his shit all over the wall.
No, that's not what you said. Wait, am I wrong? Did you say turn him into wallpaper, or did you say blow his brains out across the wallpaper?
Blam.
Turn him into wallpaper.
That's what I thought. Turn him into wallpaper.
Fuck it, I'm gonna use a Battle Master maneuver to add a D8. So I
can do that. Intimidation.
I have commanding presence.
Oh fuck. Alright. Back to this again.
Fighter.
Back to this. It's like Garrett Salt. Oh my god! I didn't know that. I'm sorry. I honestly didn't know. So yeah, he just kind of goes, okay, look, I was looking for guys called the Unlucky Company. I need their help. They're supposed to be the good guys around these parts. I just wanted to need some help. I thought they said, oh, no, you're not. He pulls out a piece of paper slowly and says, cowboy-looking ass and a dwarf that looks extremely angry all the time. Those are the description I got.
Mark says, "You are in need of assistance. How can I help?"
I'm gonna look up. Sadly, we are the newest members of the Unlucky Company.
Oh.
I am starting to regret that, but yes, we are.
So you're good guys, right? I can come to you with a problem, and you can help me out, right?
As you said, as good guys, we could just stare at Marshall for a good solid second. Maybe.
What? I'm paranoid. We just got attacked by avians.
He's not wrong.
He didn't get attacked at all, though. He woke up after it happened.
He said we, as in team, go team.
A real big team player.
Not you, or y'all, or you all. We, implying I.
We is just we. There's no implications of I. Anyway. We could just meet in the hub. Anyway, so go on.
I'm gonna look towards it. Okay. How about we all just calm down?
Oh no, it's fine. That was my only weapon. I don't have anything else.
Oh no, I meant we should get out of here before guards come.
Yes, please, please. So
Mark walks up to him and he's like, "Do you need a weapon?" And he pulls out like a knife, the combat knife from his like.
Do you like aim it at him too? Just
point at him, point force, but he's like, "Do you need a weapon?"
No, I'm good. I don't need a weapon in my face.
I'm gonna say, okay, look, we should go back to the bunkhouse. Maybe the others are on their way back, and we can blame this entire situation on them.
No. Okay, so yeah. So that bunkhouse, everyone else gonna come there. Could I be in there with you guys? Can I just hide there for like a day?
I don't know. Are you gonna betray us? And I look him dead in the eyes, and I get really close.
What? No! No! Why would I betray you? I'm asking you for help.
Do I believe him?
Roll insight.
Oh, that's with disadvantage.
It's fine. He's not. No, you don't think he's lying. You think there's more to the story than I need help, but I mean, like, but that's given. But no, you don't think he's trying to betray your ass.
Alright, buddy,
He's
let's go.
too
And I
scared
put
and
my
too
arm around
stupid
him.
to not be genuine.
So I put my arm around him and was like, alright, let's go, buddy. With my weird fish poncho thing over.
God. Yeah. That's kind of funny. You start taking him to the fucking bunkhouse.
I swear to God, as I'm walking back, I swear to God, if you try and do this one too, I'm out of here.
What? I would never do that to a human being. They're useless. They have no redeeming qualities.
What did you just say?
Nothing?
Hey. Humanity #1, bro. Anyway.
They don't have claws, they don't have fangs, they don't have camouflage.
You know, I have a thesis on why in every single fantasy scenario humans are always the most populous species and the ones that have like most territory. I have a couple of theses on those in the background.
People?
Most of them
No.
are written by people.
Well, there is that, and yeah, that's probably the main reason. But I would like to think it's because like you know what, never mind. I'm not gonna get into this. We'll be at it for hours. I'm trying to get this fucking just going. So you so this happens, right? So you start taking him to the bunkhouse. As you take him to the bunkhouse, you hear somebody call out the words Lucas, where are you, you little bitch?
Is that you?
He nods, and he at this point he's now hiding underneath your poncho.
Yeah, just like cover him
You
more.
have to hide me. You have to hide me.
Shut up! You'll get us caught.
Lucas and two gentlemen approach wearing expeditionary armor. However, they have like they are both armed with what appears to be both rifles, and they have various gizmos attached to them. They're fairly well equipped. They approach, they see you, all three of you, kind of walking towards the bunkhouses. Hey, you three, and they don't see Lucas, by the way, because you're hiding him. Dren, did you want to like step in front of them to kind of obscure them a little?
Yeah, sure. Big Elephant Guy. I'll be in the back anyways.
Hey, you three. You see a guy walking around, expeditionary armor, wearing a cloak.
I'm gonna look over and say, I mean, kind of. That kind of describes a lot of people at the moment. You're gonna describe.
Yeah, no, sorry. Looks scared, not wearing a helmet. Probably nervous as hell because he knows we're after his bitch ass. Any information will be very helpful. I'll even pay for it. Huh?
At this point, I have like my hand over Lucas' mouth, so he can't make a noise.
I know, he's like...
I'm like, well, as tempting as offer as that is, I actually haven't.
Oh, really? Shit, I swear he came through this way. What about you, Tin Man? See anybody I talked about?
Your description is inadequate to find your target. Do you have more descriptive attributes?
Sure. Short crop, dark hair. He's got a scar on his left cheek towards the back. Kind of limps. Got pretty good reflexes. His armor is very much like ours, except it's got some scratches on the right pauldron.
I turned to Drim and I said, am I supposed to help them?
I'm just gonna look at him like, I don't want you to help anything from now on. You should be on timeout. You scare me.
Whoa. Come on, hey, Tin Man, you got something for us?
I'm gonna turn. Look, last time I said help, he almost shot a grenade launcher at me. Do you really want his help?
Roll persuasion. No, roll deception.
It's not even deception. It's not what happened.
Fuck. Roll persuasion, I guess. It's not even deception. I'm being honest.
Oh god.
Okay.
Nice.
Roll again.
God.
Oh, fucking
Nice.
damn it. Well, it doesn't matter. That's just a tiebreaker. It's not what they roll.
Sure.
I'm very sure. Fuck you. Anyway, so they kind of nod their heads and go, yeah, you're probably right. I'm gonna keep that bucket of bolts in our garage somewhere then. Alright, well, thanks for your help. We're gonna keep looking for him.
No?
You see him, trying to flag one of us down. He owes us some stuff. Willing to compensate you. A couple thousand credits, slide you your way if you see him and notify us. We're gonna head on out. You lot have a wonderful day. Huh?
Yeah, no problem. I'll see if I find it. I'll tell you if I see anything.
They about face and they turn around. Good job, guys. Without causing a fucking fuss. They leave
Right.
and turn the corner.
Alright, Lucas, tell me what you did or I'm turning you into...
What'd you say? You cut off there.
Alright, Lucas, tell me what you did or I'm turning you into...
You cut off again. Damn it! I want to know what you're gonna turn him into.
Wallpaper.
Wallpaper. Okay. That's the threat. Wallpaper.
The worst thing that you could think of becoming wallpaper.
I'm gonna turn you into wallpaper. The cheap Target kind.
I was gonna say, it depends on what kind it is. I mean, if it's that cheapy stuff that peels, no one wants that.
Yeah, I would
I'm
wish
gonna-
that on my worst enemy.
First, I'll peel off your skin and then tape it to the wall. That's how that's gonna work.
He looks down and says, I didn't steal shit! Look, I'm an independent contractor. I have a little bike, I ride around, I'm a courier, I bring messages, I bring parcels, right? These guys fucking jumped me, took my parcel, and then they're trying to fucking kill me!
Is that why you're limping?
Yeah! Because they shot me in the fucking leg!
I'm gonna say, let me see your leg real quick, and I'll take a look at his leg. Like, how bad is it?
I was asking everyone for fucking help, but they all just pointed me like, oh no, we don't take in strays, but those Unlucky Company guys, they take in strays, go to them!
I feel like we're gonna get shit for this later. I don't know why, I just feel like we are.
It's at this time that, it's at that comment of taking in strays that you notice, that Flint, you step in the door and see another wounded guy being tended to by Marshall.
Flint's just gonna sigh. And then approach. So who's this guy?
His name's Lucas.
Hi, I'm Lucas. Oh, Mark, you also see Flint approach. As Flint approach, your heads-up display lights up. I'm gonna say your pad is integrated into your systems because everyone starts off with a data pad for like dealing with credits and whatnot. I'm gonna just say you have them on you, like literally on you. Okay, sound fair? As he walks in, like a little heads-up display, a little pointer points to Frederick Flint. Like he doesn't introduce himself, but a name pops up and it says "Leader of the Unlucky Company."
Does it tell me I'm part of the Unlucky Company?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's always in the bottom right corner of your vision, property of the Unlucky Company.
Okay.
Although properties in quotation marks. But yeah, Flint, you're in there. Lucas goes like, yeah. So you're the guy, right? You're the leader. I want to hire you guys to look after me for a day. Yeah.
For you got 1 day. You got somebody looking for you.
Yeah, he stole something.
I just need 1 day, and some pals of mine can show up, and they can take me far away from this place, and I'm gonna just lay low for a while.
What did you steal?
Like I said, I didn't steal shit. I'm a courier. I just take packages from point A to point B. They fucking jumped me, took my package, shot me in the leg, and they were going to finish me off when I jumped into a fucking sewer canal.
Which package did they take from you?
I don't look at the packages, man. It was a package sent from well, it was HSF. Well, not really HSF, but it was like, it was Republic Army. It was called Fort Vargard. I'm sorry. Fort Vargard. It's out east, over in Aegon Wastes. I was to take that to here, and I was supposed to drop it off at a guard post.
Did you report this to the guards?
Yeah, I would have done that, except the guy who gave me the parcel said, do not give it to any guards and don't let them know. I don't fucking question it, I just do.
Who gave you the package, then?
Do you really want to fucking know?
Well, if you're asking for our protection, I want details.
Yeah, I agree.
Fine. It was some Death's Hand fuckhead. He paid me a lot of credits to do it, so I did it.
1,000 credits sound a lot better than this shit.
No, please. I'll pay you. I'll pay you 4,000 credits. Just watch over me for a day, okay? That's all I need is just a day.
Look, I have ran into them twice today. They took around one person, still not back, and then this happens.
Flint, you get told they took a person.
Who did they take?
Marshall got
the
dwarf. I mean, not Marshall. Sorry. Daniel is being questioned by them. Apparently, we were told to stay here. He hasn't come back yet.
How long ago was this?
What? Like, how long has it been?
An hour or two.
It's been about an hour. About an hour
Well,
or so.
he's a tough son of a bitch. I think he should be okay for right now. But did they say what they wanted him for?
No, they were just looking for you and him. He was the only one here, so. I think he went with them because there was 3 of them and he didn't want to start a scene, so.
I'm gonna pull out my radio and try to radio Dan.
Okay. Dan, you are on your way back from your experience, and your walkie-talkie starts crackling.
Dan, you there?
You get no reply.
Sorry, I was muted because the cat is messing with my mic. Just say copy.
You're being carried by Loken.
I just say copy.
Are you good?
Negative. Hey, remember that conversation I had with you earlier today? And by that I mean last session.
You're probably gonna have to be more specific.
Can we roll maybe or something for intelligence?
No. There will be no rolls bailing you out of your own memories. I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about, to be honest.
We should probably pack. Technical difficulties.
Lots of them. You're just like splattering random keywords into the fucking walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
We should probably pack. It's a great fucking. It's a good end.
Yeah,
That's all that needs to be said.
We should probably pack. Alright, pack your shit. What is the fate of Lucas, mind you?
Well, we need to look after him for 1 day. Then where is he going?
some guys will pick me up here at the hub, and then they'll take me far away.
Alright, well, I'll wait for my second in command to get back, and then we'll figure out what to do.
He nods appreciatively. And that is where we will unfortunately have to end the session today. I know Flynn has to go, and I do have to go as well. Hope you all enjoyed it. Next session should be a bit more, hopefully not fragmented like this one was. Hopefully we won't have to split the party into 3 groups like we did last time.
The party!
This time. No, please.
Yeah.
Next time should be always. You know what? I might do that more often, where I split Flint and Daniel off and just have the 3 Stooges go at it, because I find it very entertaining.
Yeah, you guys are great. The 3 of them.
Do you want help? Point Stagger and
Flint and Dan have just been around long enough that we're no nonsense anymore, really.
They're young. Let them live.
I did want to ask Salty, are there any bodies, like, actively in the bunk at the moment around?
Bodies? Like corpses?
Yeah, like corpses.
No, they've been cleaned up over the past 3 days.
Okay. I knew at one point there was some dead bodies laying around. I was just curious.
No, just the carnage of the battle. Like they've dug out most of them. You can probably find them if you go looking, but at that part,
Yeah. No, just was wondering if they were actively like in the area.
No.
Okay.
Just ruined rubble. But yeah, next time we'll kick it off, and hopefully we'll see more Mark. Sorry that we didn't have much time for you guys. There's just some shit we had to take care of. And sorry the session's so short. Me and Flint have things to do, apparently.
Yeah, we've been planning that leaders conference for like...
Fuck, it's finally over.
2 months.
So
Real time.
yeah, the company gains 10,000 requisition. Spend it as you guys will. Might want to tell if you want to get their input. If not, just spend it amongst yourselves. And everybody else, they don't really get any rewards. But Rick is going to get that medal, which comes with some perks as well for him. So it might be useful.
Yeah.
He's always useful.
Always.
Alright, see you guys later.
Bye, guys.
See you later.